Hey guys, Michael B. the Game Genie here. It's been a long time. Welcome back to my January update of my NES Complete Collection Chronicles. So guys, like I said in the opening, it's been a very long time, and I'm calling this my January update, but realistically this goes all the way back to the end of October, early November, since I basically have last done an update. I actually got a couple games all the way back then from a couple of viewers, watchers, friends on Facebook, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, and I just never got around to making a video. I've been very busy. I'm not going to go into too many details. Just haven't been able to get any videos out, and I don't know how many videos I'm going to get out going forward in the future, but I had to do this one because people were kind enough to send along games to help me try to complete my NES collection, which, even though I'm running a little short on time for videos, I'm not going to stop collecting for my NES collection. That's just something that's my passion. I don't do it for YouTube. I do it for me, and the YouTube idea to record the journey just kind of came along. So that's not something I'm going to stop doing. So I'll continue to update you guys. More than likely it's going to be on YouTube. So if I can't get around to doing reviews, top 10s, any of that stuff, if I just don't have time, this is something I'm probably going to keep doing. Might not be as regularly as every month, but I'll keep you guys updated on when I'm getting new games for my NES collection. So don't worry about that. That won't go away unless something happens to me and then I go away. Anyways, I digress. What you guys are really here for is where I am with my NES collection. So that's what I want to share with you today. Alright, just give me a second. I'm going to get the first game right here. So the first game actually comes from a good friend of mine, Jay Crouch. Jay noticed in the last video I've been talking about this game, and I've actually been talking about it for a while. It's not a super good game, but it's a game that I saw in an Angry Video Game Nerd video I always wanted. So anyways, he tracked me down a copy and was kind enough to send it along. First things first, I'm going to read you the note that Jay sent along to me. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Alright. Dear Mike, thanks for the great show. Here's Terminator, finally. And Jay, it's been so long, I'm really sorry about this. He actually had it wrote on the box, and it was like, "I'll be back," I think it was on the box. So I was so excited when I first got it. I went down to the post office, and there it was, and that was written right on the box, so I was ready. So anyways, yeah, Jay got me Terminator on the NES. I finally have Terminator on the NES.
Man, oh man, how I've waited to get my hands on Terminator on the NES. I've waited to get this game forever. Not because it's a good game, because I knew that going in, and I have played this game on emulation, so there was no surprises up front, but ever since I saw it in the Angry Video Game Nerd, I really wanted to try it out. Is it really as bad as what he put it out? No. Are the jumps frustrating at times? Absolutely. Is it the most beautiful game? No, not at all, but I love the Terminator, and you know, I think I've posted a video on, or a picture on Instagram a little while ago. I own like every single Terminator game except for the Sega CD, so I have everything. Now I have the NES game, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. I don't think this is one I'll ever beat, but hey, my friend Jason Lewis did it, so it's not impossible. Maybe I'll get around to doing it myself.
So again, guys, Terminator's finally in my collection. I want to say thank you so much to Jay for sending that along. And also, Jay has a YouTube channel called NES Addict. Check it out. Does some pretty good stuff, and he's a good guy, so he definitely deserves some attention. So if you guys get a chance, go check him out. Next up, I got another package from a good friend of mine on Facebook, this guy John Davey. I've talked to John a lot, messaged back and forth, and John's actually sent me a game before, and not a common game either. John actually sent me Bandit Kings of Ancient China. It took me a while to get that. Bandit Kings of Ancient China, which is a very hard to find game. Can be pricey in some areas, but it's a strategy game, so that's not one that I was looking to go shell out the bucks. It's not like it's Power Play 2 or something, like a great game. But anyways, John had a copy and he sent it along. It really meant the world to me. So anyways, he's been writing me for a little while. He had a couple games that he picked up, and it's just, anybody who's sent me anything knows that, like, it's cool enough that you're sending something, but it's actually really expensive to send stuff here, so sometimes, like, you know, you want to take a while, you want to get a good package, and that's what he did here, and he found a lot of really cool games that I was looking for. And this is actually a pretty involved package. He sent me this box here without... the note's falling out. So anyways, he sent me this box full of stuff here. I don't want to show too much because I don't want to show an address, which I might have already done. But anyways, came with a note, a pretty long note, so I'll just read it here now. Alright, this is kind of all over the place. Hi, Michael B. the Game Genie. Here are some free games for your complete collection. Sorry it took forever to send. I had a really great idea for sending you something different. It just took a long time to find for a good price. My daughter Alice also wanted to send something she liked, watching your videos of Bandit Kings that I sent you a while back. Somehow she got 2 of these amiibos, so now 1 is yours. That's here in the package. I'll show you that now. This is really cute. He actually told me that his daughter had something she wanted to include, and I was like, oh, you know, that's really, really cool. And it's Princess Peach amiibo. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I actually kind of think that Peach looks a lot like my wife, so whenever I see Peach it reminds me of my wife, so that's really cool. And you know, I got a little amiibo of my wife there now. My wife actually has the exact same eyes. It's crazy. I still haven't got around to making my own YouTube videos yet. You should get on that. Just been busy, but I also understand what that's like, especially if you have a kid. I don't have a kid now, and I'm dying to find time with just my wife on make videos. I have about 50 Dreamcast games now. I'm going for a complete collection. That's awesome, man. You should get in touch with CJR. CJR is actually doing, I forget what it's called. He did a Dreamcast collection. He just completed his Dreamcast collection, so he'd be a cool guy to talk to. Canadian guy as well. If you have any doubles, let me know. Maybe I could trade for them. Also, still looking for a stupid Wavebird receiver. I actually don't have any doubles right now. That's not true. I might actually have a double of Sonic Adventure, so if you need that and you get a chance to watch this video, just let me know. And the Wavebird receiver, sorry man, I got 1 Wavebird, and sometimes I wonder if I still have the receiver. After moving a couple times, I found it. Also, still for Super Wavebird receiver. Rest assured, these games I sent are donations to your collection. And, well, man, thank you. I really appreciate that. If I have a copy of Sonic Adventure and you need it, I will send that, though. Hope you enjoy the surprise in here. There's actually more on the other side. Really, really cool. Almost forgot, I never tried RBI Baseball, and I think it needs a cleaning before you try it. It did, but wasn't that bad, so no worries. Looks like there's cleaner on it. My local game store forgot to remove it. Not a problem. Very short clean. Worked perfectly. And then there's some information there how he got these games. Anyways, it's really cool. That's just for me. I'm going to hold that for me. I won't put you guys through that. But John, thank you very, very much. So I'll show you what John gave me now. First up is what I just mentioned. John gave me a copy of RBI Baseball on the NES. A lot of people have read my collection online and reached out to me and said, you don't have a copy of RBI Baseball yet? I definitely got one. I'll send one along. Yeah, I didn't have RBI Baseball, just I didn't have the gray card. There's a couple gray card Tengen games. I think it's Pac-Man, Gauntlet, RBI Baseball. I think that's the only 3 officially licensed Tengen NES games. Anyways, this is the last one I needed. So anybody who wanted to send me the black RBI Baseball, thank you, but I got about 6, so I'm good. Needed the gray card though.
Finally, I can tell people I have RBI Baseball. A lot of people already know what RBI Baseball is all about. It's probably one of the most common unlicensed NES games. Everybody has a copy of it. It's just really fun. It's definitely better than the NES Baseball, but yeah, I mean, it's very similar. It's just Very cute baseball based on the NES limitations. Very similar to baseball, and like I had baseball on the Game Boy growing up. Very similar to that, but it's fun, and I learned pretty quickly how to play it and do pretty good at it. I even hit a dinger, a home run.
Next up, John also sent me Nigel Manson's World Championship. Well, that's the Super Nintendo game. Well, he actually sent me the NES version as well. Funny thing about that is, he told me he's had both of these in his collection in a while, and he couldn't send along one without sending along the other, so I actually didn't have this for the Super Nintendo either, and I'm not really going for a complete Super Nintendo collection, but I'm not, so this is cool.
Nigel Manson's World Championship. Oh, Game Tech, you're interesting. This is definitely not going to be one of my favorite games. Like, this game, it has an emphasis on speed, but really I couldn't tell what was going on. I mean, racing games on the NES, it's cool to see them try to do this first-person perspective, but it just seems like it goes too fast, and at no point did I really know what was happening. I mean, I know it's F1 racing, and the capacity's on speed, but this game goes really fast, and I just couldn't tell what I was doing. Maybe it's something I'll go back to and play a little bit more and get more familiar with it, but I mean, I like my races on the NES pretty simple, you know, like RC Pro-Am and Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat, and this isn't it, but it's a Game Tech game. Outside of, I think, like Jeopardy and stuff like that, you know what? I don't know. Game Tech, they're just funny. Anyways, Nigel Manson's World Championship Racing. It's tough.
Last up is where it gets a little bit more interesting from the games that John actually sent me. John sent me along Pyramid, complete in box. And this is actually my first American video entertainment game, very American video entertainment NES game that's in box. Very cool to see this.
Pyramid is, I guess, American Video Entertainment's version of Tetris. Just really complicated. I mean, at first, I probably not going to show it in the clip that I'm actually going to show here for the game, but the first time I played it, I didn't do anything. I just kept placing these little pyramid pieces until there was just no room left on the screen, and I died without scoring any points. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And then purely by accident, in the second playthrough, which you probably have seen, I actually did manage to get a line, and I was like, oh, okay, so it works kind of like Tetris. So you got to get a straight line across, but you got to do it with all these angled pyramid pieces, and it's really complicated. I mean, I remember the first time I played Tetris, it's so simplistic. You just place the pieces and then the line goes across. Very simple to pick up and play and learn. Pyramid is very complicated. Like, you get these little jagged angular spaces that there's no way to fill in. It's really frustrating, but it's definitely a puzzler I'll play again. Just really frustrating.
Last but not least is something that I just think is one of the coolest things I've come across since collecting for the NES. The last game that John actually sent me is something I haven't come across yet. And it's actually a factory sealed game. And it's not just any NES game, it's actually one of the unlicensed, like, odd games that I didn't even remember seeing growing up. So what he sent me, I'm going to tell you, it's the last of the Quattro games. So, you know, those Quattro 4-in-1 Chimerica games. So it's the last of the Quattro games that I needed, and that's actually Quattro Arcade. But it's actually factory sealed. I mean, look at this thing. It's probably going to blur a little bit when I put it to the camera, but yeah, that is sealed, man. Take a look at that. Incredible. So this is the first time I've ever seen a factory sealed NES game. Not the first time I've ever seen one. It's the first time I've ever had one in my hands. I've seen them come from eBay through other sellers and stuff like that, but I didn't come close to them or, you know, didn't even think about it. Anyways, he sent me another note. I'm telling you, this package was very cool. It's so cool to get something that's so involved. I mean, you think about all the cool things that are in there, the notes, like sharing how he got the games for me and all that stuff. Really well done, John. Like, honestly, you're a gem, man. I really appreciate it. So anyways, he says, yep, Quattro is factory sealed. Yes, you have to open it to make gameplay footage. No EverDrive footage. How did you know? You could make an unboxing video. That would be cool. 2 questions. Does it smell like the early 90s inside? Quattro. And when was the last time you opened a new NES game? Last time I opened a new NES game was probably last new NES games that we got was, I remember the last Christmas we actually got games for the NES, and that was the Christmas that my mom got all the games from Byway, so we ended up getting like 9 NES games for Christmas that year, and it was like Double Dragon and like the original Turtles and stuff like that. It all came like later on down the line, and yeah, nothing quite smells like that. So John, I'm not going to do an unboxing video, you know, with the stuff in front of it, but yeah, this kills me to do, you know that, right? But yeah, alright, here we go. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing it. All you people are saying, no, no, don't. I need my teeth and everything here. I'll tell you, the plastic they use certainly is the 90s and rigid. Oh, why are you making me do this? Let's see. Ah, there it is. It's ruined. History is ruined. But we are getting to the good part here now. So there it is. I just opened a sealed game. It does smell like the 90s. I used to have a friend of mine who passed away a couple of years ago, Keep the Joking Gamer, Chad. And one of my favorite things he ever did in one of his videos, he just picked up this cord or something and just right in the middle of it stopped and gave it a big whiff. I was cracked up thinking of that. Oh my god. So, guys, if you had any questions, I mean, look at the inside of this here. Oh, the package. Oh man, this brings back memories. There's cardboard in this for some reason. I've never seen that included. Oh, that's because of, yeah, the thing on the back there. This is like the worst unboxing ever. I'm sorry, guys. That is really cool. Very bizarre. The baggie the game comes in. Oh, look at that. Oh, cool. There's a poster and everything in here. So it comes with your instruction manual, Codemasters, absolutely brilliant. Warranty registration card. Got a feeling that's probably not good anymore. And I got a very cool Quattro Arcade poster that am I gonna put up? I'll probably leave it in the box, but yeah, so anyways guys, John, don't be mad at me, I did what you asked, I opened it. So Quattro Arcade.
I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed with Quattro Arcade. Camerica is one of those companies, the games they made weren't bad, they weren't great, but they're not bad. For the purpose of recording gameplay for this, I actually only played 2 of the games that are on this. I played some of the Dizzy games before, not something I'm hugely in love with, but you know what, they're actually pretty good. Didn't get a chance to play CJ's Elephant Antics, but anyways, I'll come back to that. 2 games I did play, the first one was F-16 Renegade, which is a top-down airplane shooter, which I love. Like, one of my favorite games in the arcade growing up was 1942. So this is a little bit more advanced, kind of like, think Afterburner if it was just a top-down shooter. I mean, you're not going super fast, and it's kind of frustrating because there's no music in the background, but it's a pretty competent top-down shooter, so I gotta say, I really like that. Stunt Buggies, I don't know what Stunt Buggies is. It seems like it's this crazy mix of Bomberman with collecting these pieces and going from level to level, so it's kind of like that weird, I forget what they're called, what the actual title is, but it's kind of like Bomberman, so you progress each stage after you collect so many items, and you've got to avoid the other enemies on the screen, and you can place bombs to try to slow them down to stop them, so that's what that is. So far, from the 2 games I played, Quattro Arcade's pretty fun, surprisingly.
Anyways, guys, that's everything I got this time. Just want to take a quick minute again to say thanks both to John and Jay for sending along those games. Really means the world to me, and thank you for helping me grow my NES collection and get a little bit closer to complete. Anyways, what you guys are here for, the update. For those of you following along at home, last time I had 677 NES games. This time I added 5 new games, bringing my total to 682 NES games. That means I only have 86 games remaining. So guys, that's everything. Again, thank you very much for watching. Follow along with my NES collection, Complete Collection Chronicles. I know it's been a while since I've done one. Regardless what happens and how much time I have, I'm still going to keep collecting for my NES collection because that's my personal passion. And I promise I'll keep you guys updated. Anyways, this is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time. I don't know if you guys can hear that. The cats are going absolutely bat crazy out there. I don't know what's going on. The dogs have been fighting. Now the cats are going insane. I gotta get some soundproofing in this room.